Ian Strung here with another CanCon Classics segment. Last time, I discussed the day I had at the Murderecords Garage Sale with my buddy Ron Baker, Blue Suit Ron of Sloan Lore. I talked about the Gooseberry Records collection from 2009, Take It In, a tribute to Sloan, and how I was meeting people for the first time who actually knew about this collection. Lining up took a long time at this event. People had extensive discussions with the band members at the front of the line and took a while deciding what to buy. Whenever I'm at a music event, I like to chat to the people in line with me. If they are there to see the same band as me, they will have something interesting to say. It's that or stare at my phone in a hot Kensington Market alleyway. The guy next to me in line's name was Andy Chater, and it turns out he is on the Gooseberry Records collection as well, on the same disc on the very next track as me. Folks, I had never met anyone before on this collection. He said he remembered my version. I had never met anyone who has said that or could evaluate our contribution to this CD set in any way. This was the tree that fell in the woods of my music career before May 27th of this year when I lined up for this garage sale. I talked to Andy the entire time. He said he was from London, Ontario. I asked him if he liked the Gandharvas. He discussed old concerts with Ron and me. It was awesome. I really made a friend with this guy. So what was his contribution to the album? What was the very next track on the Gooseberry collection after Cold Dead Hands CA's Never Seen the Ground for the Sky? Witch's Wand by the Randalls is the name of the track and artist. I asked Jay Ferguson to say something on this track, much as he did with my Lemon Zinger in February, now released on streaming under my handle Grant Fenwick. Here he is to tell us what he can about Witch's Wand. Take it away, Jay.
Hey, so this is Jay here from the band Sloan, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about the song called Witch's Wand, which is a song that I wrote for the Sloan album called Parallel Play, released back in 2008. And the song was originally written on piano, and you can sort of hear the piano features very prominently in the recording. And I don't know what I was going for at the time, but it turned out the way I had imagined. So it's kind of a little bit boogie-woogie piano and a few Beatles chords in there and some nice harmonies. And the subject matter was about a young woman who's a great person, a fun person, very kind, very smart, but who sort of gets themselves into a little bit of trouble with things that they probably shouldn't be doing or taking or whatever, and that's just sort of generally the character sketch of the song. And when we write songs, sometimes they're you start a song and you're building on something that happened in real life, and maybe you alter it a little bit so that it's not exact. Or sometimes you're writing something that's very autobiographical. And this one is probably a little bit of, sort of in between there somewhere. And anyhow, I've always enjoyed playing it live, and it seems like people have liked it. Now, it was sort of chosen as a second single, but I don't know if it was really a radio single. Maybe it would have been played on CBC here in Canada a little bit. But there's a couple of guys who we know who wanted to make a video for, I don't know if they wanted to make a video for this song in particular or just a video in general from this album. One of the guys' names was Scott Cudmore, who made a lot of popular videos in the mid to late 2000s in Toronto in Canada. And another guy was Mike LeBlanc, who he was working with at the time. And Mike we've known for a long, long time because he's originally from out east in Canada. New Brunswick, I believe, is where Mike was originally from. Anyhow, they had sort of some ideas for it, and they were getting money. They sort of went and found money. Now, normally when Sloan or we made videos in the past, the majority of the ideas are generated from within the band. So if you watch, The Good in Everyone, we sort of, that was Andrew's idea to sort of rip off that sequence from the Easy Rider movie. Or if you watch the Lines You Mend video, that was sort of our idea. And, a big part of it was Chris's idea about trying to make a video that looked like a very specific Rolling Stones photo. And she says what she means was sort of an homage to a movie called Privilege that I really enjoyed. So a lot of the original ideas for Sloan videos came from us. This video didn't really originate from our idea. And I think that it seemed like in the 2000s there was all these videos where people were wearing like animal masks, and it looked really sort of spooky and strange and very very mystical or something like that, which I found kind of corny. But we sort of did a little bit of it in this, and I think it sort of spoofs it. So it seems like a very a video a little bit about a cult kind of in the middle of nowhere, and I think you can see Andrew wearing this crazy mask, and then the rest of us sort of burst in. It seems very solemn, the video, up till a point when a bunch of us sort of burst in as TV camera crew, trying to get to the bottom of what's going on with this cult and trying to do an expose. And I find it turns into a little bit of a farce at the end, which I appreciate, as opposed to something that's very solemn and sort of mysterious for no reason at all. Anyhow, so the video was made, and I don't really know. I think those would have been the last days of Much Music and Things, which is Canada's MTV, as it were, in case you're hearing this from abroad. So I don't really know if it was played on that channel. So it was mainly made for online, and there you have it. I don't know how to gauge how popular it was, other than it seems like a few thousand people have watched it. Let's see what's next about this song. Oh, I was also going to mention about the songwriting of this song. When we were recording, there's a chord at the very end of this song, in the outro of Witch's Wand, where there's a D minor inserted, which hadn't really appeared in the song at this point, I think. And I remember there's a good friend of ours who's a fellow musician and an actor whose name is Jason Schwartzman, and he was around when we were recording or writing some of these songs. And I remember playing this song for him in our studio here in Toronto, and he liked it, and he even had a little idea for a turnaround at the very end, and he suggested putting a D minor in there, and I thought it was a great idea, so I put it in there. So if you look in the thanks list on the album, it says thanks to Jason for the D minor. So that's there's a little bit of trivia for you. The song has gone on to more recently be included in the Netflix animated show, which is called Hilda. It's a great show all about a young girl who goes on these fantastical adventures with her friends, and I thought it was the subject matter maybe is a little bit dark, but I also think it's a very buoyant song and fun as well. So I thought it fit in with the show very well, and I was very glad that we were asked to contribute a song to such a positive animated show for kids. So I hope people enjoyed it, and it seems like a place where a lot of people might have found it, had not heard Sloan before, and maybe they were turned on to our band by hearing Witch's Wand in Hilda. So that was nice to be very nice to be included there. Anyhow, there is the short story on Witch's Wand.
Now here's Andy Chater about how he happened to record Witch's Wand with the Randalls for the 2009 Take It In, a tribute to Sloan.
This is Andy Chater from the band The Randalls, and you're about to hear our cover of Sloan's Witch's Wand from the 2009 Gooseberry Records compilation Take It In, a tribute to Sloan. We appear alongside such fantastic acts as Cold Dead Hands, The Acorn, Paper Lions, Octoberman, Milk and Rectangles, Laura Borealis, and many others. I met Ian standing in line at the Sloan Murderecords Garage Sale. We bonded over our mutual love of the band, as well as reminisced about this compilation. The Randalls are a band that were most active from 2007 until 2012. It was made up of myself on guitar and vocals, Dave Stubbs on keyboards and backing vocals, and Dan Cook on drums. We chose to cover Sloan's Witch's Wand for 3 reasons. First, we all loved the song. Second, I was pushing us to record a cover from Sloan's most recent album at the time, Parallel Play. I was thinking that since it was the newest, Parallel Play might be a little bit underrepresented on the compilation, but turns out I was wrong. There's pretty good coverage of Sloan's entire career to that point on the Gooseberry Records compilation. And third, we all loved the album Parallel Play, so it was easy for us to find a song from that album that we could all get excited covering. The song was recorded by Andy McGoffin at his House of Miracles studio in London, Ontario. You might know Andy from the band 2 Minute Miracles. He's also produced many, many Canadian and Ontario acts, such as The Constantines, Cup the Duke, Great Lake Swimmers, 2 Hours Traffic, By Divine Right, and many more. If you like what you hear, the Randalls recorded 1 full-length album. It's available on Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere you stream music. It's called The Dreams Worth Sleeping For, and you can find it by searching for the Randalls. I hope you like it.
Remember, I've forgotten that I met you before. It was your friend, distant friend, I really got to know before you waved your witch's wand. Climb up to the roof so we can check out the view. I think somebody spoke, but I didn't have a clue till you waved your witch's wand. Won't you stop facing the dragon tonight? Won't you stop counting the matches that never will light? You waved your witch's wand. Do you know of any places we can dance in the sour? Wept out on my bike, you were laughing in the shower. And seconds till the dawn. Don't bother with the feelings, we'll just set them alight. I know that I've been warned and you tried to waive my rights with your wicked witch's wand. Won't you stop facing the dragon tonight? Won't you stop counting the matches that never will light? You trip to the west, ain't a trip to the right. You move any closer and you'll disappear from sight. You wave your witch's wand for anyone who wanted to see. Yeah, I woke up like a cop just told me to freeze, and you stood there. Yeah, the snow was up to your knees. It's the season